That looks about right, I guess. Well, of course you're going to do that. That's there. Oop. There we go. And we're waiting. Hello, Daniel. And I'm going to back that up. Oh, there we go. That's better. Ah! Yes, I did start a little bit early, but hey, what are you going to do? So I was in John Burnell's live earlier, and he did a wheat twist. It was his first YouTube live stream. I did put it out on Island Metal Forge on a community post, but nobody stopped by, so. But that's okay. I mean, it is John Burnell. So, oh shit, I forgot to message him. That reminds me. There we go. Since we didn't get a forging with Yamez, and I was the only one that watched John Burnell's live stream, I thought, you know what? I just learned how to do something from John, and we'll try to do it. So I haven't done this one before. This is going to drive me freaking insane. I can't get that button through the hole. Oh, I got it. All right. Now, where's my marks at? All right. So I'm starting out with a piece of 28-inch, quarter-inch round bar, and the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to fold it in like that, twist them, and then fold it together like that. So that's the plan. You're going to watch me either make it or fuck it up. It's hard to say which is going to be. But at least I had the opportunity to light the forge. At least I had the opportunity to light the forge and kind of warm it up in here a little bit. I'm having the same problem I had last night with the camera being off center from where I'm looking. That's a little bit better. Work area, vice. I think that'll work. So, yeah, big old two viewers there, Kevin and Daniel, it looks like. But then if I'd have been worried about that, I'd have gone live on I don't know the forge, but I decided this is good enough. Wait, I think I went live on mine. I assume so. Yeah, this is one of those canvas type ghillie shirts. This went with my kilt back in the day. I'm going to be doing some forge welding, so yeah, this is a little bit more protected, especially when the flux goes flying. Oh. Apologies, y'all. It's time for the magic pills. This is not working. I have too many irons in the fire at one time here. All right. I want to grab that and spin it, but I'm well aware that that's a bad idea. And I cannot. Oh, there's my mark right there. Where's the mark? Where's the mark? Ah, fuck it. Oh boy, I missed that by a bunch. Well, that's not going to work. I can tell you that right now. It took that long to fuck it up. That long. That's it. I missed the bend on that by an entire inch. An entire inch, mind you. And considering it's supposed to be 4 equally long 1/7-inch segments, and to be fair, John made it look really fucking easy. I mean, he was just like, whoop, 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 and it all matches up. Me? Nah. Yeah, the wheat twist there, Daniel. I swear to you, you can't tell, but that looks like factory round bar right there. You can't even tell I did some stupid shit. Where are you at? Damn it, there it is. No? And I swear to you, we're not going to burn steel today. We're not going to burn steel. Can you say it with me? We're not burning steel. We're not burning steel. Try this a slightly different way. Yep, there it is. All right. By golly, I got it in the right place that time. Man, I just... All right. Oh, there it is. Hanging right in front of my face. Oh. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves, because, like, I have to hold this up now. And, of course, you're chatting with yourselves anyway. I'm just the monkey with the football. Boy. Oh, yeah. That one came out perfect. All right, so folded one over. Let's do that again, shall we? And there's my mark right there. And I'm trying something new with this forge. I did have like a shelf out here in front that made this thing like 4 inches deeper, but everything I was doing, I was having to tip in. So I pulled the extra piece out of it that was around here, pulled that off so that I could get a level on the brake drum that is the fire pot. And so far, it's actually seeming to work quite well. John made it in. I am using 1/4-inch stock. John, 1/4-inch stock. I believe that's the same thing you use. Because I've got, right here on the floor, I've got 2 sticks of 1/4-inch round, and I've got 2 sticks of 1/4-inch square. That's my steel storage areas right here on the ground. All of the reclaimed steel that I have is outside because it doesn't matter, but the brand new stuff that I buy, it lays here on the floor. How was your chicken, John? How was your chicken? Did you save me any? She's been typing for a long time. All right, I got 90 degrees on that one, and I made sure it was in the right spot this time. Before I bent it all the way over and went, well, fuck me in the goat ass. Not that I could mess it up. I mean, Oh, Jeff Killian, how you doing there? Yeah. All right. And that's where we're at now. So both sides folded over. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. And nope, I don't need to cool that off. I need to heat that whole son of a bitch up. I'm gonna let that soak for a little bit to let the heat even up a little bit, so it's not just getting way hotter on the end that's already hot. So, you're like, hey, pull 6 inches. 7.5. All right. If you guys didn't know, I was making a titanium rose for the monthly blacksmith challenge because I had a piece of titanium and I thought, why not? And yeah, I came out. I had one petal left. To draw out, and I pulled it out of the fire. I smacked it on the anvil to knock off any leftover pieces or whatever, and those 3 petals just broke off and hit the floor. And I'm just like, no, it's titanium. It's not supposed to do that. But it did that. So that is a complete waste of $40 worth of titanium. But I'm not going to throw it away because it's $40 worth of titanium, and it's good to be able to show your mistakes. I can't really share the video of it, but I have that to show to people. All right, you should be about evened out now. Now I'm going to actually need tongs. Let's see. Intimo. Yeah, I think that'll do. All right. And we get the twisting wrench set. I think that's about close. Come out and get a measurement. So we're going to pop that in the vise. Oh, I was wrong. And there's going to be my twister inside. All right. Now, I've got everything sized appropriately. Ooh, there's still a little residual heat in there. I'd be doing it in the propane forge, but I need to save the little propane I've got in my little 20-pound can to keep the shop tomorrow. So. And so while this is heating up, I am not going to walk over there and read the chat and talk to you fuckers and wind up with a big-ass steel clinker in the bottom of my forge like I have done in the past. I think that'll work. Ooh. I didn't expect that. Get off there. All right, so that's what I ended up with. We'll do the other side and see where that winds up, and either way I can twist it to line those two things up. But 4.5, something like that. All right, now I just got to remember. Somebody help me out. Which way did I turn that? I think I turned that clockwise. Is that correct? I did 2.5, huh? Okay, so should I heat it again and do more? Because if that's only 2.5, that's not enough. Let me see. Fuck, I can't count. Yeah, let me heat that up and do some more then, because that is 2.5 is not going to do it. Because I think you said you did 3, and you said 4 looked better. And I was actually thinking, yeah, okay. So let me, I'll do some more on that. No, it's not. It is not 65 degrees in here. I can tell you that right now. Like I said, the coal forge does a really bad job of heating it up in here. The propane forge will get it warm fairly quickly. In about 30 minutes, it's 65, 70 degrees in here. But that one, unless I've really got a fire going in it, it doesn't really do that. What the fuck? Freaked me out. Thought my blower went out. It's like Oh, no big deal. I'm just going to quit working. I don't have a manual backup here, but that would be my luck considering that this weekend I ran out of propane in the big forge. The fuel pump went out in the turbine heater, and I'll show you that one there, so you know what I'm talking about. That heater over there, it's got a rotor fuel pump, and it shattered. So where's that? There's all the pieces of the rotor. $59 for a new one. But what I do like about what I did like is there's a QR code on the top of that heater, and all I had to do was scan it, and then just go right down to my to the part that I needed. So that was pretty cool. Instead of having to like look it up and all that stuff. I thought it was going to be a pain in the ass to try to find one. And I damn sure did not want to have to throw that heater away because the stator or the rotor went out in it. And that's actually the second rotor because my company threw away 2 of those in the trash. And one of them had got smushed by shit thrown on top of it. They couldn't get them to run. And so the company just bought new ones. They threw those in the trash. Well, I took the parts from the other one to make that one work. So like I think I used the fuel injector out of the other one, and I did use the rotor because this one had a bad rotor in it. So it's just burned up its second rotor. And the new rotor will be in like February 5th. So not soon enough to help me out here. All right, so yep, clockwise. That's 2.5. That's 3. And I believe that's 4. Or is that 3.5? Okay, I'm going one more. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Oh yeah, you can't see that, but one, 2, 3, 4. Yep, okay. That is indeed 4. I can count it. I can count. 1 twist. 2 twists. All right. I'm fairly excited. So far, this is working really well. Don't worry though, something catastrophic is up at any minute. So most likely after I finish the next fold or the twist in the next fold, my money's on burning it up for the 412. That's what I'm gonna bet. And see, and John, if you can, yeah. So I'm missing this area of insulation right here because the sheetrock broke off and fell down. I did take this section off right here where I mounted the hammer though. And this insulation was done in the 80s. And so it's all like riddled with mouse trails and mouse poop and stuff like that. So when the insulation comes down, I take it out and throw it out. But when I got the place, the walls were insulated all the way around. The roof is not insulated though. And so once I get this place paid off in a few months, one of my upgrade projects is I'm going to take all of this out, all of the sheetrock, all of the insulation, take everything down. I'm going to clean this entire building out, and I'm going to have the whole thing spray-on insulation. That is a project for probably about 4 years down the road. So I say as soon as I get this place paid off, I'm not doing any upgrades until I get the place paid off. But Um, I do have a few other financial things that are going to take precedence over insulation, considering I'm only in here for 4 or 5 days a month. I've got heat and air conditioning in my little donut carton over there, but it'd be nice if I couldn't see my breath while I was doing it. However, it's not a necessity. That'll be a luxury for when I'm too old to get out here and forage, right? And that's the way it'll work. And I'll get it done, and I'll be like, I think I'm gonna build something today. No, maybe not. All right. Nope, still not there. Dang it. One little spot at the end. Doing it one spot at the end. Never mind. I'll save you, or well, I'll save myself the embarrassment of singing some. What's up there? Woo! A live stream. What's up? Just take my truck. Just don't hit anything. I'll have to report the truck stolen. Hey, if the right headlight doesn't come on, take the back road. Electrical gremlins, gotta love them. All right, so what did I say that was for? Okay, I went clockwise the last time, counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that did not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Maggie. You see that catch? Did you see that catch? I saw that catch. Okay, so it actually, I thought I was about to twist it off, but it did not. Probably should not have that in there, but I'm a professional. Do as I do, not as fuck. Do as I say, not as I do. Yeah. All right. So this is where we're at now. So that actually came out pretty decent. Kevin, you left it. You left the cast two. Well, maybe it's a different 2 rings. It said you got out of the thing to do cast 2 rings, like earlier out of the Discord. But maybe that's 2 different rings, or you're a procrastinator and just never got around to it. All right. We're making progress. I am honestly making it further than I thought I was going to make it. treadle hammer. Haven't been put together yet. That is part of an infinity gauntlet, or maybe part of an infinity gauntlet if I ever get the function enough to build it. All right, let that soak for a minute. Okay, I got you. Let's see. Daniel, his housemate, son came to visit yesterday, fixing his driver's side tail light and tow harness. Oh yeah, that can be a bitch. And wait, what? Beehive what? Oh yeah, cool. Suddenly the tail light wasn't important, right? Yeah, no, I've got an electrical gremlin in my pickup, and sometimes when you turn the headlight switch on, sometimes the right one comes on, sometimes it doesn't. And if it doesn't come on, it's not going to come on. You shut the truck off, start the truck again, turn the headlights on. Maybe it comes on, maybe it doesn't. It's probably 1 out of 10 times it'll come on. And I don't know what the issue is. I don't know how to fix the issue. Really, the only thing that like falls inside my bag of tricks for fixing something like that is completely running new wires to a fucking toggle switch. So it's like headlights, bam, bright lights, bam, you know. But then I would have to run it to the relay because they'll pull too much power because they're halogen lights, not LED. They'll pull too much power for a toggle switch, you know, causing all kinds of issues. So if the problem is on the back side of the relay, it's a complete waste of time anyway. Well, that's not the way that was supposed to turn out. Work to Ferk. It came untwisted on me while I was. Actually, the whole goddamn thing twisted. Son of a bitch. It'll be all right. That's not all right though. So I'm gonna have to even that out. All right, so let me show you what we got. We're a little bit uneven. One side's longer than the other. I got to fix that because that's more important than this being even. And yeah, so I'm going to try to straighten that out. And also they're, well, you know what? All right, they're not twisted the wrong way. All right, anyway, I'm going to get it hot and hit it harder. Because much like the number 42, it's the answer to all of life's problems. What is the meaning of life? 42. How do you fix a problem? Get it hot and hit it harder. Oh, you know what, Kevin? The hood, slamming the hood doesn't do it, but like if I turn the high beams on and the high beam doesn't come on, I can open the hood, I can just reach down in there and touch the back of the headlight assembly, and the high beam will come on. The low beam doesn't do that. It's whatever that is, it's completely got to be in the switch, I think. But my blower motor fan sometimes doesn't come on. If you start the truck and it's on, you don't turn it off, because if you turn it off, it won't come back on. And so, like, usually though, if it doesn't come on, you just go down there. At some point in the first 10 minutes of your drive, it'll come on. And yesterday, I was taking my daughter to work and started the truck, blower motor didn't come on, and she gets in, shuts the door. I'm like, hey, your door's not shut. Opens it, slams it again, and when she slammed the door, the blower motor came on. I was like, oh, sweet, thanks, you turned the heater on for me. And I assumed it was going to warm up a little bit more in here, but not so much. You're a piece of shit. No one cares if you go missing. Fuck your therapy, I'll never be okay. Come on, get out of there. Ah! Okay, I'm going to spin this heat trying to just grip them with the tongs. All right. So now, okay, that end is the handle end, right? Yeah, this end over here is the hook end. So, now this is harder than it looks. Not the forging part, the finagling part. And of course, at this point, I'm hitting cold metal. Dance, fucker, dance. And we never got a chance. All right. That's what it looks like now. It's still a little wonky on both ends, but I am getting there. One more heat, and then we're in a forge welding situation. as I like to say, we're in a steel burning situation. And you better believe I'm going to use flux, because I am not good enough to not use flux. One out of 8 times, if I don't use flux, 1 out of 8 times I'm successful. And the rest of the time it comes apart. And I honestly just don't want to take that chance. So that's where we're at with that. I'll even it all up right now. Then I'm going to flux that shit. And we'll see if we can do something that's really close to critical failure. And if there's one thing I'm good at when it comes to the forge, that's critical failure. The shitty part, though, and you know, I would love to be doing a video and like get video of a critical failure and then, you know, edit the video, put it together and all that. Unfortunately, when I'm doing a video, I don't video every single heat. I just, you know, I if I've got like 6 or 7, if I got to do the same thing 6 or 7 times, I film like the first one and the last one. And usually when I get a critical failure, it happens somewhere in the middle when I don't have the camera on. Last night was one of those rare exceptions where I got the critical failure on camera, but that was for a yeah, never mind. All right. Looking good. Let me put that in the vise and see what that does. Oh, hit myself in the face. All right. I do believe almost. All right, that dog will hunt. I got that excessively coated with Iron Mountain Flux. Now, let's see what we can do. Oh, look, Timmy, it's the exciting part. Ooh. I should have said Pluto. That sounded more like Mickey Mouse. All right, so that's going to come straight out. Yeah. Seems legit. What do we got here? Yes, Daniel, she saw that after she did it. But I did think of it organically, so. I wasn't really beating on the twists. That was kind of more like light work trying to straighten everything out. Now comes the fun part. That's my welding shield. Like when I'm welding, so that shit doesn't get on my down on my pants or my socks and stuff. Come on, damn it. That fucker stuck. Oh, that's awesome. Sorry, I'm just a little Kevin on the situation, stoked. All right, I gotta fix which one. Yeah. All right. I gotta heat that thing up one more time to fuck yeah. I nailed that forge weld. Yeah. That is a fair point, Daniel. Yeah, get the whole everything going on, and yeah, leather covers over the shoes, and full length apron, and I mean, at this point, I could forge naked if I wanted to. Well, I mean, you got to wear shoes, but not that I would know that, of course. Wink, wink. But but yeah, I mean, now forge welding is something that I definitely. That's hence this shirt is because of the forge welding. All right. Oh yeah, that's not going to work. be on that one. Pour on a little bit of magic juice or powder. Magic juice goes in a syringe. Just saying. All right. All right, well, I flexed that up. Ha ha. Complete pun intended. All right, I'm going to let that soak for just a minute. See if I'm forgetting anything. Nice. Replicas of, what was that? Oh, rings I'm casting are copies from a tomb from Norway, 300 BC. Nice. All right. Let's give it the beans. You know, I also, when you're talking about, like when we used to wear full leathers for forge welding and this, that, and the other, and you'd be all PPE'd up from head to toe. And to be fair, I mean, fucking flux went everywhere. I mean, it's like shower of sparks, But I mean, Iron Mountain doesn't really do that, and you don't use that much. I still like forge welding cable. You got to use a lot. Well, you don't have to, but I use a lot of flux. But other than that, I mean, like I'm sitting here forging and like scale lands on my arm or on my leg or something like that, and it's like, oh, that hurt, and keep on keeping on. The burns, eventually you burn yourself enough that it's like no big deal. I can remember doing a twist one time, and the twisting wrench slipped off, and my arm came across and hit the piece I was twisting, and it burned a J shape in my arm. And that was like the last one where I was like, oh my God, that hurt. I mean, like it took the skin off and everything. And I imagine if I did that again, it would still kind of hurt that bad, but most of the burns I get now are fairly minor because, like, when there's flying hot steel, I'm a fucking ninja. I do believe I got that one too. I do believe I did. 2 forge welds in a row. That's not fucking possible. No way. No way I nailed 2 in a row. Fucking ain't right, doggy. It is not that hot, but man, the camera's not gonna allow that. All right, so that is the end that will forge weld onto the tool. So that end that I just welded will become the scarf for whatever the fuck I put it on. I don't actually have anything to put it on. I just wanted to make the handle because John made one today and it was really cool. All right, so turn this sucker around. And I agree with John. Oh, that shit came out fucking wonky, but there ain't nothing I can do about it now. Fuck! All right, I did fuck something up. Maybe it'll hammer, because John was saying he thinks it looks better when they're flattened out a little bit, you know, so it's not just stays around. So maybe you can see this. Like, where is it? Up here, the twists like line up, but when you get down here, they don't. This one winds up being a little bit tighter than the other one, and so by the time I get to the bottom, the twist on this side is in the middle of that one instead of being in the same line. So, it is what it is. There's not really anything I can do about it at this point. But this end down here, where the open ends are, I'm going to draw that out and a hook. So, hell yes, I'm so freaking, oh man. I can't believe I just nailed 2 forge welds in a row. Like, I don't usually even try that, but I would say when I'm doing forge welding, I'm successful maybe 80% of the time using flux. The other 20%, and they're never at the same time. I mean, it's just like the other 20% shit just don't stick. And it's like, oh, what are you going to do? I don't think I've ever done 2 forge welds in, like on the same piece, like back to back like that. But I'm still surprised that I stuck them both. I mean, fuck, that was cool. Oh, I mean, okay, it was cool for me. For you guys, it's just another fucking day at the office. But for me, it was pretty cool to stick 2 welds in a row. And I'll stop talking about that now. You guys are rolling your eyes going, fuck, Alexis, shut up about it already. We know. Punches there. Oh, those are all 3 punches. All right. And let's see, what else do I got? That needs to be picked up. Sorry, this floor was like perfectly clean before I got started. And I'm thinking if I kind of stay on top of just not leaving everything on the floor, maybe it'll stay clean a little longer. No. yeah, that's a good joke, right? We all know better than that. All right, I am done with that. So that mud flap right there, I welded this whole piece in just a regular long sleeve t-shirt and shorts, and put the whole thing together and didn't get a single radiation burn, didn't get a single slag burn, just because I was leaning over that the whole time. It's like, all right, and let's do some drawing, shall we? Woo, that got a little too hot. one of the ends split off right there at the end. I went a little bit too long. Just about, oh, I don't know, a quarter of an inch maybe. It just kind of went, whoop, popped out. Oh. 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 Yep, and that's what I'm thinking there, John. Is I'm drawing out the hook end, and yeah, I'm fairly certain I can re-weld that. It was just a little bit, and honestly, I mean, if it doesn't. Oh, close. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. If I get burned, I get burned. Did not get burned. Burn. I'm just gonna fucking entertain myself over here since I can't read the chat. Oh yeah, she fucking stuck, boys. Got the fucking W on that one, eh? Oh yeah, bud. Fucking words. We went full send on that one. Hell yeah. All right, I just got to remember to work it hot and not work it down to red. Because that's what I did there, is I was wailing on it all the way down to red. That's, I think, where I fucked up. Or maybe not fucked up, but minorly inconvenienced myself. See, this would be a good time to be playing music, but I know for sure if I did, well, I'm not monetized, so it doesn't really matter. It's a lot of huffing and puffing. It's me! Hey, Debbie. I am doing amazing. Oh, thank you. I do like the shoes. I got them at Plato's Closet for like $25. Genuine Converse All-Star, whatever the fuck. But, hi, Debbie. And yes, John, it's a lot of huffing and puffing. I don't have the endurance I used to have. I gave up endurance for kitties. It's a fucking good trade, too, let me tell you. All right, I'm done with forge welding, so Fuck this shirt. I am sweating my ass off already. But it's not because it's cold in here, or not because it's hot in here, just I'm hot. So. Ah! All right. Oh, fuck you. Again, we'll try this one more time. And if it doesn't take again, I'm going to clip that fucking end off and be done with it. All right, one more 412. Just the tip. That's just enough to be irritating because it's right on the end. So by the time you get it drawn all the way around to the hook, you've got a split end on it, you know? I've got a couple bottle openers that I made out of two pieces of metal and twisted them together and force welded both ends. And one of them did that. Right where the curl was, it split. And so it bent over. It's like, Woo. Yeah, well, John, I've not had a heart attack, but hey, you know what? This is my cardio. That's not hot enough. Where'd my glasses go? They ain't safety squints, but it's better than nothing. Nope. I should have been ready by now. So I'm going to give this one more shot on that end. And if I don't get it, whacking it off. She said whacking it off. That appears to have taken. All right. So we'll move on down there, draw that thing out just a little bit more in the middle, and not fuck with the end, because the end is already where it needs to be. Woo! Iron Mountain shampoo. Stop smoking. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh shit, that's hot. I don't know if you can see the tip. Yeah, you can see it, but it's all stuck. It's all stuck. So, ooh, yeah, should be all right. Should be right, Mike. Should be right. I got a little aggressive with it there. Just a little bit burned. Just a little bit on one end, or on the pointy end. Not enough to be a problem, but enough that just the outside of it you can tell. It'll hammer out. Kind of like the dent on a car. Oh, it'll hammer out. It'll be all right. Oh. Still not a horse. She didn't burn it. Yeah. That is a well and truly welded and pointy. Thank you. Yes, it is. And no, I did not sacrifice a horseshoe to the forge gods today. I probably should have, but I did not think of it beforehand. Going live was kind of an impulse decision last minute. And so here we are. I've never done this particular thing before, so I wanted to give it a shot. And okay. Let me get that bitch hot. One more time. Maybe I'm going to curl it. Maybe not. No, I'm going to curl it. You see, and I got this bad habit of tipping in, and I'm doing it right now. I'm so used to tipping in on this forge because of the way it was set up that it's just like my go-to default position, and I need to get away from that. That's how you burn up horseshoes. Not that I would know anything about that. Curl. I'm going to do a little twist, and just so you know, it is kind of coming apart. But don't care. It's too late. I ain't fucking with it anymore. time to come out. Yeah. I could have done better on that. Could have done better. Bitch. All right, it didn't fall all the way in yet. Woo. All right, I'll show you what came apart here. It might be cool enough to see. So everything's all good. You know, it looks pretty good. Then you can see it right here. Right there where it burned. Right there. That's where it started to come apart. So now you can really see it as it's cooling off. And it goes all the way back to right there. It's welded right here, but right there is where it splits, and it goes right there. Yeah, what are you gonna do? It's good enough for a tool in my shop, but you know, if that was for somebody else, it'd be in the trash. Flattening that out, man, I would really like to flatten that out, but you know what? What do you think? Should I flatten it? What saith the chat? Should I flatten it out? 15-second delay. Let's see what you guys say. Move this back. I don't have to do that. I can just tilt the fucking camera out. Why? Because I'm fucking cool like that. It'll buff right out. Yep. Flattening it out would help. All right. All right. Oh, Debbie, glad you made it home safe. I hope you had a good day at work today. And do whatever I want. I will do it anyways. Well, not really. I mean, like, what I want to do, I can't do. So, you know, I'm doing this instead. So, somebody said flatten it, so fuck it, I'm going to flatten it. The other option was start a different twist, and I was going to take a poll on that as well, but because I wouldn't know what else to do. So I could start another twist or flatten it out. Somebody said flatten it, so fuck it, I'm going to flatten it. So let me move my camera back. And Debbie, let me know how work went and how you've been doing. I haven't heard from you in a while. You're fairly incommunicado these days. Let's see. Let's tighten back up. And yeah, everything looks right. Okay, so. That's what I needed right there, right there. All right, now John, when he was going to do this, had a flatter handy and a hammer, which I have, but I'm wondering if I ought to treatle it. But I've only got flat dies that are going to leave marks. Let me see how that's gonna. Let me see how that's gonna line up. Let me see. Let me see. Helps to unlock it. That's it right there. All right, we're gonna try that first. It's gonna be a little bit louder, but it'll damn sure get a lot of work done quicker, maybe. And then, even though it's gonna have a little bit of chop lines along it from the square dies, and I haven't got my flat dies built yet. These ones are what, 5/8 square, and I've got the stuff for a pair of flatter dies or flat dies right here that aren't going to have anything welded on top of them. I just haven't gotten that far. I started that project on Friday, and that's as far as I got. All right, Kevin, see you later. If I don't have flat dies, do it by hand. Oh, well, fuck. All right, fine. And, yeah, good advice on the ball peen, or taking a real small hammer to work out that forge weld. I've done that in the past. And I could have done that tonight. I just lacked the proper motivation and fortitude to bother with yet another weld. So, not for lack of wisdom, but lack of giving a fuck. Don't you guys get that way? I mean, like when, you're doing something and it keeps kind of going a little bit sideways, and then you're just like, you know what? I'm fucking sick of it. Send it. Like I said, obviously I wouldn't do that if this was anything other than just a piece for fun that's either going to go on a tool of mine someday, but more likely it's going to go over here in the pile and never be looked at again. But all right, so get your flatter out. There's another one of them good catches, y'all. And there's the hammer. Oh yeah, that's the thing. That son of a bitch rings. I am definitely going to have to get some sand and fill those legs. again, but that actually came out really good. Let me get it hot one more time. Kind of clean that up just a little bit from the edges of my flatter, because when I made this flatter, I didn't realize you could just weld a piece of flat plate to a fucking hammer. And I took an actual sledgehammer head and heated it up and upset it and upset it and upset it. And I mean, it works, but it's a little bit small. So, woo! I haven't used that in a long fucking time. I'm done with that. Don't need the big hammer no more. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm not breathing heavy. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Thomas Goodman fucking joined. Right on, Thomas. That John Burnell 2068 is the place to be. Oh, all right. So, let me clean this bad boy up real quick. Now that is pretty good shape. Oh man, some of those look a little bit. It could have been tighter. That's what he said. All right. I'm not going to wire wheel it. And since I'm probably not ever going to fucking stick it on anything, it's just going to hang decorative. I'm going to go ahead and fucking black it. Now, you know what? Fuck that. Loud noise warning. I'm fixing to fire up a wire wheel on an angle grinder, just so you know. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. All right. That's all we needed to do with that. Come here. Spray no oil. This fucking shit's amazing. And then the clothes my grandson has outgrown, great freaking rags. There we go. And there is our finished product. And I do believe it does look better hot. And you can see where the twists kind of don't line up when you get down here towards the bottom, right in that area. And it's a little bit loose. But for a very first attempt, I don't think that was that bad. I mean, could I have done that better? Yes. But then I've also never done it before, so there's that. So that was fucking cool. I have to find something. That's all fucking smoky in here. I usually open the door when I do that, but in case y'all didn't notice, it's cold outside. All right. Yeah. How long have I been live? Ow! An hour 39. I think that's good enough. Hey, Troy. Hi and bye. Move this back over here so I can read and chat. And I'm doing that again. So. Yeah, that was actually fun. Beeswax in a can. That's right. That is beeswax in a can. That is good. I'm glad I thought of that because, I mean, it's one of those things that, like, the only downside to using the canola oil in the spray can is there's this fine line on the temperature. It has to be in this really small area for it to work right. Otherwise, it gets speckled. Well, obviously, if it's too hot, it just burns right off. But then there's this spot where it'll just speckle, and that's when it's just a little bit too cold. I got that one just right, and I used the beeswax to check the temperature. So, like, I was putting the beeswax on it, and it would light on fire. Quick dunk it in the water. Do it again. Light on fire. Quick dunk it in the water. And once I pulled it out, and the beeswax didn't light on fire, that's when I went over it with the canola oil, and it worked like a champ. So that's how I did that. It's kind of like when you're forging aluminum, and you wipe your piece of aluminum with the pine stick, and it comes out black. You're just a skosh too hot. You're a little bit too close to liquid, and so if you just quick dunk it in the water one time, you don't even have to rub the stick on it. You just quick dunk it in the water, and then start hammering on it. And so that's kind of like the same process that I use for that. It's like beeswax lights, dunk it. Beeswax lights, dunk it. Beeswax doesn't light, we're good to go. Grab the spray can. So. Whew. What's next? Restart the rows? Fuck, dude. I really ought to, because, you know, that's actually a fair point, Thomas, because I can do this all night. I mean, you guys can come and go. Or just go. I mean, I don't really care. But that is a fair point. I do need to restart the rows that I completely in case anybody in here wasn't here earlier. $37.90 worth of titanium before shipping. Didn't break that time. Bitch. All right. Thank you, May. Yes, it is pretty. I like the way it came out. It's a little bit warm, but yeah, it looks like a braid, but wheat twist, I guess. John said there was another name for it. I don't remember what it was. Ooh, well, that is warm. All right, so if then I got the right piece up here, I started the other day. I started twisting up some wrought iron, like I was going to do something with that, but nah, mate. You know what? I took that piece of stock that I had for a rose. I took it outside and put it in the barrel. That's actually a fairly quick project too. All right, let me wander outside and grab that piece of stock. I don't. Oh wait, no, is that it right there? Fuck yes, it is. I don't have to wander outside. Oh, I'll just start on that end. Okay, so let me see if I can remember the way Roy did this. And I'm going to leave it long so I don't have to use palms. Yeah. Yeah, I'll bet. All right, so we started at, I think it's, what was that first one? 1, 2, 3/8 of an inch. All right. So this is actually pretty freaking easy. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3/8 of an inch, make a mark. 1, 2, 3, 4/8 of an inch, make a mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 of an inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm going to stick with 8. How many do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 4 more at 8. So that is going to be 1/8 of an inch. Huh? Those are 1 inch. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now then. Okay, so now I have 10 petals laid out. I'm going to move the camera back over here where you guys can see what the fuck is going on. And this stream is not made for kids, so if you got a problem with my language, then that's your fucking problem. All right, so sorry, I'm not being rude. I'm just trying to be funny. You can see all my little lines here. They start out at 3/8 of an inch, and I add an 1/8 of an inch all the way up until I get to 1 inch, and then the rest of them are 1 inch, and there's going to be 10 marks. And so that I don't lose those marks, like the way Roy did it in his video, he center punched them, and then missed his center punch while he was cutting them. So that I don't do that, loud noise warning, angle grinder coming at you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now what I did there is just got a starter notch. So I've got little notches to go by when I go to put them in the Hardy and smack the shit out of it. And that is a lot easier than trying to line up a center punch mark when it's hot and you can't see the mark. I've just found that a lot easier way to do it. And, maybe I'm wrong because that's cheating, but at the end of the day, I'm using the technology at my disposal, and I'm not ashamed of it. I think it's a better way to do it. It ensures that I don't miss a notch. And I mean, if I wanted to, I guess I could just cut them all the way through with the angle grinder, but that's not going to create the right shape, I don't believe. It's not going to give them that kind of curve that they need. And so I still think they need to be cut on the Hardy. Just, I like doing that. That's what I did with the titanium. And with the titanium, it also made for really good video because of the just pure white sparks flying everywhere. I freaking love grinding titanium on video. It looks amazing. Except for that time when the cutting wheel exploded on me while I was cutting titanium. That was not amazing. That really sucked. I mean, it went boom, and I was just like, whew, okay, there's none of it in me. That's what she said. Oh, man. Am I talking to myself yet? No, I still got four people here. Give it a chevron twist. Okay, thank you, John. Yeah, that's what the other one was. I had not heard of chevron twist. God, I wish I could turn my freaking TV, but my TV is hanging from aluminum wire on a 2x4 going across the rafters. I mean, well, no, I can't move it because the 2x4 is also holding up the bits of the roof that make my attic. Yeah. Oh, fuck, I've got glasses. I'm all looking over the top of my glasses. I'm like, I can't read it. No shit. The rule said no electric welds, nothing about grind. Oh, you know what? I didn't think about that, but yeah, that's right. It was no electric tools. It's just you couldn't use any electric welding. Thanks for actually reminding me of that, John. I didn't think of that. Not cheating if it works. You could have used a hacksaw to make the knife. A grinder is just faster cutting tool. Yeah, that's a fair bit. And welder is just faster welding tool. Yeah. And no, I mean for the monthly challenge, yeah, no, the stipulation on that one was no electric welding. It was not no electric tools. It was no electric welding. And I honestly didn't even think of that. I mean, I wasn't going to do any welding anyways, but the thought of using an electric tool didn't even occur to me as being like, oh, do I need to think about that? Because I think, what was it, on the belt buckle was, no, it was the same thing. It was no electric welding. But, man, if I ever win one of these, y'all are going to fucking hate me. Because I've already picked out what the project's going to be, and y'all are not going to like it. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's fairly complex, and I've been trying to make one, not the one that I would make during the contest, but for proof of concept to know that it can be done, and I did it in this many hours, and I am, of everybody that's in the blacksmithing challenge, I am probably the least experienced, the slowest, the worst. You know what I mean? Like I am the bottom of the tier of that group, and if I can do it in like say 8 hours, everybody else can fucking do it too. But on the other hand, if it turns out that I can't do it, then obviously, really, you ever heard that you should be prepared before you take your steel out of the fire, and have the tools you need handy for your next step? I have never heard that. It just came to me just now while I was talking. I just thought of that. I thought, it would be handy if that was a thing people did before they got the steel out of the fire. And for the life of me, there it is. I can't find my hammer that I needed. All right. Problem solved. Ish. All right, we're good enough. I can get First one. Second one. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not going to get the third one. So, okay, well, no, you can see that what happened there. I'm going about 2/3 of the way through, maybe a little bit further, maybe closer to 3/4 of the way. That should have been more like 2/3, but that's basically the gist of it. And I got to do that for 8 more times. Although I should be able to get more of them this time because I'll have more of the bar hot. So it is. And I gotta say, reworking the front of my forge the way I did and removing that deal has actually made it a lot easier to get the right part of the steel in the fire now. So good call, and it only took me like 4 years to figure that shit out. So I'm a little faster than the average Joe on the uptake there. All right, hammer, do your job. I kind of wish now, because that's the push to be on switch. I kind of wish now I'd have bought the one that's click it on and then click it off, click it on, click it off. But what are you gonna do? No, Thomas, I completely understand. My point was, if I can't do it, I'm not gonna pick that project, because what would be the point? I want to know that I can do it before I ask you guys to do it, and y'all be like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Really?" It's not that bad, but it is a little bit geeky, and so. And no, for sure, if I can successfully do a prototype, just out of some basic shit, I think I could probably, I don't know. My thought processes was, this thing that I can see in my head, if I can make it, I can make that the challenge, and everybody can. I don't know. I might change my mind. You might talk me out of it. I think it'd be awesome, especially considering the parameters I've thought of, which are fairly simple. All right, and we're gonna go rounding side. Woo! I'll get one more. And that's where we're at now. Not bad. 1, 2, 3. I got 4 more, and that was, yeah, it's probably gonna be 2 more heats. Shit. Oh, fuck it. It'll be good work. That was about all I could get out of that. Yep, I missed. Nobody ever accused me of being good at sports ball. Okay, and so that's a fair point, Thomas. I do enjoy the not having a welder workaround because, I mean, honestly, a lot of the stuff we do in those challenges, it'd be super easy to fab that up. A lot of times, you know, maybe not all the time. Like the lock would have been a lot easier to do if you could just zip, you know, whatever. It would maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it would have been fine, but the workaround on that was cool. Same thing with the belt buckle. You know, I mean, uh, no electric welding. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Okay, rivets or pinning or, you know, whatever. Um, the parameters that I'm thinking of, you can use a welder. I can't really get into any of the specifics because it'll just kind of give it away. So, but welders are permissible if you choose to do so. I don't, in my opinion, if I were the thing that I'm not gonna use a welder. So, or at least I'm gonna build my prototype without a welder. And like I said, if I can do it, fuck, anybody can do it. One more. One more. That curve actually makes things a lot easier. When I was watching the video, I was like, man, what are you going to do about that curve in there? You're going to leave it there. That's what you're going to do. It's like a bent piece. Yeah, never mind. You just leave the curve alone. All right, it's going to fit. It's a little tall. Nope. All right, well, I have to hold it. Yay. Something. Read the word yay over there. All right, where's my French cross beam? Right there. One more cut. And fair warning, I'm not going to finish this tonight. I can tell you that already. All right, last cut. Right on, right on. All right, all right, all right. Woo, boy, that sucker's a little warm. 10 petals. Locked, cocked, and ready to rock and roll, man. All right, I'm gonna let that cook and equalize. I think it's time to I like seeing iron work with the use of little to no electric welding. But I will never say if you use a welder, are you even a smith, bro? No. The fuck you, John. That's a fair damn point. Okay, so I never watched the back half of Roy's video. In Roy's video, he started with the bar and did the small ones at the end, and then got bigger as he went in towards the handle end, and then that's the end that was going to be neck down for the stem. And now that doesn't make any sense, because you're completely right. The smaller one should be on the stem end because they're going to be in the middle. I don't really know how to work around that. Ideas on a workaround after, because I guess I could draw it out real thin and bend it over the middle and then come down, but that's just not going to look as organic as if it came right out of the middle of it, though. Fuck. I mean, thanks for telling me, because I would have gotten all the way to the end and been like, wait a minute. What the fuck? Ah, shit. But can I forge weld a stem on it? I mean, okay, the kind of point was going to be a one-piece rose. But I mean, I could build it any freaking way I want. I mean, I could do a 20-part rose. It doesn't matter, but that's not what I wanted to do. So, okay, I need to adjust. And so in order to adjust, I'm going to leave it on the bar. So I got my workaround. I'm going to leave it on the bar so that I can, oh my gosh, I got to get a drink. I'm going to leave it on the bar so I can work it. All right. I'm going to leave it on the bar while I roll it up and all that. And then I'm going to draw down the stem and kind of pull it in a little bit and kind of roll it up underneath. And in the middle is going to be a little bit of a hole. And I'm going to kind of do a little cupping situation on the bottom. And then I can drop a stem down through it. Or I can take like a piece of round or square or whatever, decorate it however like, put a small tenon on it, stick it up through the bottom, and then come in from the top and peen that tenon down. That's how I'm going to get a stem on it. It's not what I was intending to do, but I can work around with the piece I've already got. And I think it'll be a fun challenge to fix what I am assuming is not right. And like I said, I did not watch the last half of Roy's video. I got to the point of drawing out the petals lengthwise, and that's as far as I gotten, because I was kind of going over the video while I was doing the project. And as you can see, I only got to within one petal of finishing drawing those petals out. So there was no need in watching the rest of the video. So, all right, I've got a plan. All is not lost. I can salvage this piece, even though I really don't need to. I could just start all over, but half the fun of blacksmithing is trying to overcome a challenge. So, I mean, that's why I do the monthly blacksmith challenge, is because almost Well, so far, every single time is something I've never done. And that is so much fun. I love doing something I've never done before. And the reason for that is because I have this ADHD or whatever the hell it is thing, where I get a serotonin rush from successfully completing a project that is very satisfying. And then once I've done it, I really don't ever want to do it again because I don't ever get that serotonin rush. And I didn't really realize it until my therapist explained to me why I can never finish a book, why I can never, like, I read books, and as long as it's a series, I can finish the book and move on to the next one. But when it's a standalone book, or the last book in a series, or the last episode, like I can't watch the last episode of the TV show. Like the final episode, can't watch it. Because if I watch it, in my brain, the story's over. But if I don't watch it, it always goes on. Same thing with a book. If I know it's the last book in a series, I'll get to within like 50 pages of the end of the book. I'll shut it down and I'll never read it again. I don't want it to end. Crazy, huh? Oh yeah, I know where I hid my stash now. So in that respect, the blacksmith challenge is right up my alley because it allows me to do something that I've never done before and challenges me to work outside my box. That's what she said. But all right, I'm gonna get a smoke. That piece is ready to go. French cross peen. All right, as per Roy's video, got a small cross peen. And when I was doing this in Midland, I didn't have a small cross peen, so I was making one, and I never did get to finish it, but that's it now. Hammer number 10, I'll finish it probably next month, but just made out of a piece of 1 1/4 S-cam. All right. Yeah, no. Yeah, last night it was taking me 2 heats per pedal with that titanium to do each pedal because, I mean, it gets cold so fast. And it's funny because with titanium, you can literally hear it. It's like thump, 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 ting. And I mean, like, it rings. Once it hardens up, it rings. And so in that respect, it's not like steel where, well, you're hitting it and it's still moving a little bit, only not as much. With titanium, it's, unless you're really quick, like, it's like 3 hits and then you're back in. But yeah, but I was getting halfway through it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish, and it was like thump, 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 ting, 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 ting. Yeah, we're done. And because once it goes from moving to not moving at all, like in between one hit and the next. It's crazy. But I freaking love titanium. I love forging it. Not necessarily because it's hard as shit, but the heat transfer. I mean, like for most of this, I could hold it with my hand because the heat just doesn't lock up it. Great. You know, someday, I'll be rich and famous, and I'll be able to order enough titanium to make a pair of tongs like Van Moss did. It's like I think a pair of titanium tongs would be the bomb diggity. I think it'd be great. It's just getting those. What the fuck? No. Yeah, this way. This way. I'm not wasting time at all. Come on, get up there. Woo! That was a piece of scale. And where we're at, I need to do those two again because I kind of fucked that up. I think tonight I'm just going to get as far as peening out all these leaves. I'm probably going to call that a night, so maybe 4 or 5 more heats. So that's about what I got in me. Like I got 6 more people in here now, son of a bitch. This is going to turn into if I'm not careful, this is going to turn into an episode of Alexis Unhinged. I don't know if y'all are ready for that. I'm 2 twisted teas deep, and that's a whiskey and Coke, so shit's about to pop off. Okay, so fuck. Okay, Daniel, I can't read. I assume that's French, and I can't read French, or I don't know French. I only know a few words and numbers. Oh, fuck! Here I am looking over my glasses again. It's burning. It was not burning. Star Trek novels. That's a good point. Standalone novels, but in the supply. That's right, because it never ends. They don't. The whole crew doesn't die and Enterprise blow up without them coming back or something, you know, like an alternate reality or some shit. His stem was to the outside, and he just bent it to the center at the end. Okay. I did a Russian roast probably 20 years ago, and we did the stems to the center, and then, okay. Out of round stock, right? I used 1/8 by 2-inch flat mild steel, started the roll from the stem portion. Yeah. You could cut it and then forge weld it. Do your homework, dear Alexis. What homework? What? Do my homework. Okay, so to be fair, I did watch the video like 4 years ago when it came out. Do you know how much alcohol I've drank in 4 years? Well, I do not remember that shit. So, I had this is one of those rare occasions where I watched the video to figure out how to do it, but I was watching it in steps. And you're right, Daniel. I should have done my homework. That is a fair point. Oh, this is just fucking awkward. 3, 4, 5, halfway done. And I'm almost out of Coke, so if somebody wants to send me a gram or two, it would be much appreciated. I don't know if any of y'all heard that. I'll find out in a minute. I have really got to, seriously though, I really got to get my ass back to Fort Worth or Lubbock and get another bag of Coke, because it does forage nice. All right. Pour the beans to it for a minute. It doesn't matter how hard I try, I can't read the chat. Here, 2 more feet closer. But I don't have 2 more feet of cord. So. Oh! No, I was making a cocaine joke, you know. I was like, I'm almost out of Coke. If somebody could send me a gram or 2. Yeah. I've still got 600 pounds of coal outside, which is perfectly fine. It's just the Coke is a little bit easier because I can just fire the forge up at any time and it's not an issue, or at least I don't think it's an issue. But with the coal, like in the daytime when I fire up the forge, you know, when I first start, god damn, there's this massive like cloud, not cloud, but you know, coming out of my stack out of the roof, you know, and inevitably it's always headed right, you know, like I'm on the edge of town and like it could go that way and nobody would ever give a shit, but it always goes that way right into the middle of town. So like everybody in town can smell the coal, which, I mean, you know, I'm cool with the smell of burning coal. I love it. I love the smell of burning coal. But like when I'm at work and I fire up the coal forge, I can be out there working and my cousin will open the door, the front door, which is 20 feet away, and be like, oh fuck, it fucking stinks out here, and they'll slam the door and go back inside. I'm like, more than one way to skin a cat. He doesn't like it. I don't understand why. I mean, brings me back memories of like riding the Coomers and Toltec Scenic Railroad. Reminds me of my childhood. Man. It actually makes a fairly decent coal rake because it's a little bit thicker. Just kind of like rake it over in towards the fire pot. Now at this point I got the nasty shit burning. All right, where am I? Right there. You right in the middle. And I'm going to forge out these last 3 petals, and then we'll have a sit down for a 5-10 minute chat before I call it a night. I still got to put the forge to bed, sweep up all the scale. See, now that's the kind of fire that warms up the shop. Just can't get that with Coke. And I know y'all want to see me burn it up, right? I'm not going to pander to the masses, though. No, that's too cold. But that's where we're at. 2 more. Now on the downside, I keep having shit on fire drop out the other side there. That's kind of problematic. But the only thing there to catch on fire is the bucket of coal, so fairly unlikely that the sheetrock's going to burn. Man, I have got shit just flying everywhere. It's all that green coal in the fire, though. Not advisable. But it is fucking toasty in here now. Well, okay, I can still kind of see my breath. This hammer, actually, I love the feel of this hammer. This is really the first, I mean, I've used it for a couple of heats before, but this is the first time I've ever done any really, like, solid, continuous forging with it. That is a French cross peen that was made by Hubcat, Rusty Hubcat Forge. Way back in the day when he bought thousands and thousands of dollars worth of shop equipment to never use. But I mean, to be fair, that wasn't really his fault. All right. There's me pedals. Hi, matey. There's me pedals. All drawn out in that direction. And of course, now it smells like cold coconut. But that's okay. Because this is now my heat source for the rest of the night. Well, not the rest of the night. The heat source in here. I got a heater inside. But you just rock on with your bag. So. I wish I had an air gate where I could, because this freaking blower fan that Hubcat gave me, it's got a rheostat dial on it, and it's on the lowest setting. And when I turn it on, it comes up to full speed, which is still the lowest speed it can go. I think it's a 4-inch fan. Maybe no, it's a 6-inch fan. But I mean, it really pours the air to it, and I've never even bothered trying to turn it up because there's not really much point. All right, grab me a chair and a jacket because hot in here. All right. So now I'm going to sit right here. Put the Oshka there. Give me a little air to the fire for a second. You know what I need? You know what would be cool? It's like a Bluetooth remote for on-off for that. I mean, I know you can get them because I almost got a Bluetooth remote switch for turning the speedometer on and off on my truck. As it is, I've got a toggle switch, but I always thought it would be cool to have like a Bluetooth remote on my keychain. And I guess technically, damn it, there we go. I guess technically I could do the same thing with that, this little Bluetooth switch. John's out, is he? I've got to get the wife to bed. It's 11 p.m. on a Sunday. Oh yeah, it is Sunday, huh? Good night, John. No messages here come in yet. Oh. So that is half of a Russian rose. You know, freaking wheat twist that I'd never, or chevron twist that I'd never done before. So that was pretty cool. I liked it. That was fun. Did not work up a blister, which is always good. For reasons, blisters and calluses do not work well on my hands. I mean, they could, but they're counterproductive for other things. So I have to kind of temper how much hammering I do. The only thing is I get this one little rough spot right here. One little rough spot. It'll wear down though. By next month it'll be gone and I'll have to work up another one there. Who popped in? Oh, Stephen Parsons. Well, this is new. Hi, Stephen. At the end, LOL. Yeah, Stephen. Yeah, no, I did a wheat twist and part of a Russian rose for the monthly blacksmith challenge. I got that far because last night on a stream in a different location, I was doing it out of titanium and I broke my titanium, and so I had to start over. And so yeah, so I started a Russian rose, and I was watching John Burnell's live stream earlier. I was the only one watching John Burnell's live stream earlier because, I mean, I helped him get it going because he was having problems with OBS, but he made one of these, and so I had never done it, and I decided to do it as well. And so that's it. I wound up sticking both forge welds on the end, right up to the very end, and it split out on me right there. But that was fun, and that was cool. It'll be a tool handle someday, or it'll just hang forever in here, like so many other projects I've got hanging on the walls that are for nothing. I mean, like, oh, there we go. So there's a shelf that's hanging off of one end with horseshoe nail hooks, and then horseshoes as the brackets. And then right there underneath the TV, there is a coat rack made with barrel staves and S hooks. And if you keep going over, you can't see it, but there's right over there, there's a bunch of horseshoe brackets hanging from the ceiling, like right over there. Horseshoe wall brackets hanging up. Very slowly spin this back around. And yeah, so I've got projects hanging up all over here that shit that I just make for the fun of making it with no other real intention in mind. I just like to make shit. I don't make it to sell it. When it's applicable, like those horseshoe brackets that are up there, someday I'll give them to somebody. You know, somebody will be over here and be like, oh, that's cool. I'll be like, fucking take one. Because all they're going to do is hang there, gather dust. You know, maybe someday that'll change. You know, I can't say that it won't, but I like making those things just because the idea of like putting it all together, punching the holes, and then making a rivet. Like, I don't know why, but I really enjoy making a rivet from scratch and then riveting it and getting that perfect domed head. You know, I mean, like, God, it's so much fun. And I don't know why. That's one of those things that I can just do and do and do. And every time I'm trying to make a better rivet. Every time I'm trying to make a better rivet. And you know, at a certain point, and sometimes like on some of those, like one side of it's flat. The side that's going to be up against the wall is flat, and then I only dome the side that's facing out. But yeah, you know, different strokes, different folks. Oh, oh yeah. Let's see. Your camera makes the hot steel look blue. It's very cool. I didn't notice that. Yeah, you didn't know you could forge titanium. Oh yeah, dude. Well, that titanium, that piece of flat stock used to be a piece of round stock that I bought that was 10 millimeters by 100 millimeters, and then I flattened it out. And for the last 3 years, I've been meaning to take it to quad skate and get it on John's power hammer to actually flatten it out and get all the dents out of it because it's so hard to forge and it gets cold so fast. And I just keep forgetting it every year. And so I actually last week flattened it out by hand and got it ready to do this Russian rose. And yeah, like I said, I got that far and I broke it. And when I went back and rewatched the video, the heat before it broke, I pulled it out of the fire, I smacked it over the side of the anvil to knock off any debris, and then I started forging. Well, I could see in the video where it was cracked and how those 3 petals that fell off were black and cold. And so, like, I could see it, and I didn't notice it when I was forging it. I noticed it when I was rewatching the video. And then when I came out for the next heat, I smacked it over the anvil, and those 3 petals just fell right off onto the ground. And I was just like, no, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And then I just like opened the tongs a little bit and the other piece dropped off. And then I just kind of flung my hands like that and the tongs went flying. And then I actually hit the 5-minute time limit on my video clip and it ended before I got to explain anything else. But yeah, that was fun. Titanium is neat stuff. Like if you want to watch a video on it, Dan Moss, Trust Me, I'm a Blacksmith, IA Studios. He did a video on forging a pair of tongs out of titanium that's fucking choice. I would love to make a pair of titanium tongs or buy a pair of. I can't. I can't afford the titanium to make a set of tongs, much less the titanium that's already been made into a set of tongs. You know what I mean? That little bitty 10 millimeter by 100 millimeter square was $40. You know, it's not fucking cheap. Apparently, she can't. Oops, she. Yeah. Okay, which platform, Thomas? Oh, I gotta hold on. Oh yeah. That's Instagram there, Daniel. The blacksmith challenge is on Instagram. Uh, I swear, I thought you were in that chat, but maybe not. You have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. What? No TikTok? Come on now, Daniel. Get with the times. I have to be careful with TikTok though. I the first time I opened TikTok, I went down this rabbit hole. I'm just like, because I had no algorithm yet. You know what I mean? So there's no algorithm for me. So it's just showing me random, like I'm getting bits and pieces from all the different areas of TikTok, and I'm just like, wow. And before I knew it, I was 4 hours fucking deep, and I'm just like, holy shit, really? 4 hours? But now that I've got an algorithm and TikTok, what I do like about it is the ease at which you can manipulate your algorithm to show you what you want to see. Instagram and Facebook, they don't show you what you want to see. Well, I don't know about Instagram. Instagram is more just the stuff you follow. Facebook tends to show you things that it thinks will elicit an emotional response. And a negative emotional response is more powerful than a positive one. And so Facebook kind of feeds into negativity. So I don't scroll Facebook. I only check my notifications and follow up on those, and that's it. But TikTok, I was able to manipulate my algorithm into showing me exactly the stuff I want to see, exactly the creators I want to see, and that's pretty much what shows up on my FYP. And so I can go in and I can scroll TikTok for 15 minutes and be like, okay, I'm done for today, and close it out. And I might not open it again for 4 or 5 days. But I know a lot of people aren't like them. Like my mom. My mom couldn't do that. My mom got lost in TikTok, and she would just look because she's retired now, and she would literally sit there and like 6, 8 hours of just like scrolling through TikTok, dog talk and cat talk and this that, and it's just like, and then finally she was like, "It's been all day. I didn't get shit. I didn't even start dinner. Look, I didn't even get the egg rolls out the thaw," and she wound up deleting TikTok because it totally consumed her. And I'm just like, how could how can you just do that? Well, she doesn't have a job, so there's that. Oh no, Stephen, this is not a black lager, and it is not iced tea. That is whiskey and wild cherry Pepsi. I mostly quit drinking beer. I don't know why. It wasn't like, oh, I quit. Um, what's up? I win. All right. Yeah. Let me end my screen. Go start the truck. That's all right. Y'all, all right. I'm gonna call it a night. So much for Alexis Unhinged, which hey, we're not gonna we're not gonna do that tonight. So I gotta take my son-in-law to work. Ah, love you all. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hopping in. And I'm gonna shut this motherfucker down. If I can figure out how to do it. Oh, it's really easy right there in stream. Bye, y'all. See ya.